Alright guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I know it's been a few weeks. I kind of switched offices, so this is probably where I'll be doing most of my filming out of now. But anyway, this video I'm making today kind of a few things that led me to want to make it, I guess. But basically, this is probably targeted more towards young men. I'm sure it's probably applicable for some women as well. But if you're a young dude and you're kind of feeling lost in life and you're not sure, what you're doing and what exactly you're meant to do or what you want to do, whatever. I think a lot of that is probably because you don't have a ton of responsibility. So in my opinion, to find some kind of purpose, you need to have something to be responsible for, right? And I heard it seems like it's a very common theme for at least, I don't know if it's influencers online or just kind of the culture in general, teaching young men that you shouldn't have any responsibilities. You don't need to have a dog or a wife or a girlfriend, or don't bury yourself with any burdens in your life. And I think that probably causes a lot of young men to feel like they don't necessarily have any purpose. I would say since I was 18, I moved out, I moved in with my then girlfriend, now wife, and we've just kind of been doing our own thing since we were 18 years old, right? So sometimes when you feel like you don't have any purpose in your life, if you have responsibilities that you have to attend to, well, that can become your purpose. We got our dog when we moved to Arizona, and we were in a new state, in a new place, and as silly as it sounds, having a dog is a responsibility, right? You can't go out to the bars and get trash drunk and stay over at some random person's house and not come home till 11 o'clock the next morning. If we did anything, it was okay, well, I left at 4, my dog has now been home and it's 10 o'clock, I gotta go let the dog out. So it just starts with incremental responsibility. And for some people, then they're probably not gonna like that because they don't wanna have to attend to those things. But at least for young men, at least as you're getting older and trying to, you're kind of past the college party phase and all that kind of stuff, you're gonna need something to give you purpose. And I think a lot of the people online that you're listening to probably are telling you that I've touched on this before, but that your main purpose needs to be building business, making money, doing whatever, anything business and money related, right? And that's easier said than done for a lot of people. There's a reason a lot of these guys are talking to a small subset of men that are never going to be anywhere near where they're at, nor do they actually want to be where they're at. So if you're an everyday man who's just trying to be the best they can be, well-rounded in, family, spiritual, work, it doesn't have to be a business, you can just have a regular job and excel at that. That's, finding purpose in those things is going to make you feel fulfilled. For most people, at least I found for myself, it kind of takes the vague distraction away of what am I doing every day, what do I need to be doing, what am I trying to achieve. It takes a lot of that stress away, okay, well, I have to attend to my dogs every day, I attend to my wife every day, I'm going to attend to my soon-to-be child every day, I attend to my career every day. And those are 4 things that you're basically going to focus on your entire life that is going to give you some form of responsibility and make you become just better and more, what's the word I'm trying to find here? It's going to give you a feeling of purpose. That's how men thrive, that's how men are built. They need to either provide for someone, they need to provide something to someone. We just, as young men, thrive off helping people and helping ourselves and helping our families become better, stronger, whatever it is. If you're sitting there every day, it's really hard to get the motivation to do something if you don't have anything to do it for. And like I said, there's some men out there that can, if business is that gets them going, well, they can wake up every day and work on their business and do whatever they got to do. I've noticed for a lot of young men, at least, if you don't have something driving you to do that, you probably won't do it. And then you get stuck in this self-help kind of addictive cycle of just trying to become better, and you watch all these videos and you start taking notes and you do crazy things that aren't actually doing anything. They're just doing the actions that people are telling you to do, but you're actually not working on anything. So it's like when people start doing, they wake up at 3 in the morning and then they do, they might work out and they do nothing the rest of the day. And I've been there too. It's not just I've never done this, but if you're going to do all those self-help style things, you need to accompany that with the actions of actually doing something. And for me, I get out of bed and I don't have the option to sleep in until 8. It's like, okay, well, my dogs need to go out. If I don't work out now, I'm not going to be able to work out at any point in the day because I have a job. And then I've got my wife when I get home, and I don't have to leave to go to the gym and sacrifice time with her and all that stuff. So having all these responsibilities in place really keeps you true and honest to what you need to actually do. You kind of have that get in, get out mentality. Get into work, do the hardest you can, get out and go home to your family. Go home and let your dogs out. Go home and do whatever needs attended to, and then that's going to give you some kind of purpose in life. At least take the vague, what do I need to do every single day? Give yourself something to do. Put something in place that you can't not attend to. That's kind of why I'm big on, if you're a young person, get a dog, because that's in my experience. When you have a dog, you can't just do anything all the time. If you want to go somewhere, you got to line up someone to watch the dog. You got to bring the dog there. You got to pay the person to watch the dog. It just gives you a level of responsibility that the world is not going to burden you with that kind of responsibility if you're not going to just willingly take it on yourself, and you're probably not going to grow as a person, and your capacity isn't going to be able to grow unless you do things like that to make yourself more accustomed to having things that you need to do every day. And that, again, gives men purpose in, well, if I have a wife and a kid that I know I have to provide for, right? I have to do all these things. I got to wake up, like I said, go to the gym, go to work, make money, and then you got to come home. Then you got to be a father, you got to be present, and then you got to be a husband, and you got to be present doing that. So you don't really have time to think about all this vague self-help development, addictive cycle of doing nothing all day. So it just really brings me to my point in making the video is give yourself some responsibilities if you're a young man that wants to become better. Don't just wake up and have nothing to do. Like I said, there's a small percentage of men that'll wake up and they'll just grind all day, and that's great for them. There's just not a lot of men that actually will do that, I notice. You need a reason to get up, basically forcing yourself to do it. It's so easy, especially in today's world, to sit and watch Netflix all day, to scroll Instagram all day, Facebook, porn, whatever people are addicted to, they just do it all the time, and there's really no reason not to unless you force yourself not to do it. So my advice for any dudes, young guys at least, trying to better themselves, better their lives, and find purpose and not kind of just feel like you're wasting away in this vague what do I do cycle. Give yourself some responsibilities, start small, get yourself either a freaking pet or I don't know, anything, whatever's going to give you purpose that you need to do something. Just do it. Just get one thing that you have to attend to every day, and then build from there, and that's going to build your capacity as a man, as a person, father, husband, pet owner, whatever it is. So that's my thought of the day. Don't be afraid to take on responsibility, especially when you're in your younger years. It kind of seems like everyone tells you that you're going to regret having things to do and stuff like that, and I totally disagree. Like, I remember whenever I wanted to travel when I was younger, I couldn't just drop everything to just go. I've seen people do it where they're like, oh, hey, I'm going to buy a plane ticket for this afternoon and go to wherever they're going to go. It's kind of good to be an adult in your early teens and late teens, early 20s, to be like, well, I can't do that. I got to do all these things because I have this dog that I have to plan for and do all this stuff. It sets you up for the future. You can't just live your life based on how you feel in that moment, which is, I think, really good, and a lot of people are missing that, especially a lot of young men need that. So that's my take of the day. If you agree, great. If you don't, let me know why in the comments. But I think a lot of men are going to benefit from just having responsibilities that they have to attend to. Thanks. Have a good one.